Εμπνεόμαστε από το Παλαιστινιακό λαό, από την αντίσταση που κάνει τόσα χρόνια. Δεχόμαστε και εμείς με έναν άλλον τρόπο επίθεση και καταπίεση από το δικό μας κράτος και σίγουρα θα συνεχίσουμε να παλεύουμε και για εμάς και για την Παλαιστίνη. Για μας δεν έχει διαφορά. Αν η Παλαιστίνη δεν είναι ελεύθερη, τότε κανένας από εμάς δεν μπορεί να είναι ελεύθερος.
Hey everybody, this is Laith Marouf from Pro-Palestine TV, and we are in the Venetian fort in Heraklion town on Crete island of Greece. Before we continue with this report, I ask you to press the subscribe button on whatever social media platform you're watching this on, and to go to our website, freepalestine.video, to donate so we can continue bringing you this content. We're here today to talk about the actions to disrupt cruise ships coming to Greece full of war criminals from the Israeli military. The indigenous peoples of the island of Crete, of the islands in the south of Greece, have been conducting these actions to block these cruise ships. But we are going to discover a lot more about Heraklion and the history of activism for social justice and support of Palestine with our gracious guests today. Thank you very much, Eleftheria and Vasiliaki, for coming today to give us this tour. Before we start talking about these cruise ships, it's important that the audience know about the amazing history in Heraklion of social justice activities. Tell us about why and how this comes to be. Tell us about the actions that you've been doing for decades before you did this.
First of all, welcome here. Thank you for having us in your video. We're going to try to make a small introduction because we don't know all the details of, or maybe we cannot share everything, but we have to understand that our city, as much as general Greek people, there for many years they have been a part of movements, of local or general movements for social injustice, against economical pressure, especially the last years because of the things that changed in Greece, with a state that's turning more to a fascist state with police brutality, with measurements against the society. All of us has to fight against the economical crisis, a lot of the oppression that we're facing every day. And all the struggles that we're facing, and we'll try to force back. It's all the struggles, common struggles with facing other minorities, like the refugees, the Loatki movement, the women movement. It's, for us, it's something that is common, and Heraklion has a long history. Be a part of that. Be a part of big strikes around, like used to happen around Greece. Be a part of social struggles against the political prisoners, against police brutality, against, if we talk about decades, against fascism, and stuff like this.
You also have all the work that you've been doing for refugees.
Το πούμε εδώ.
Yes, and you're involved in that, working with all the refugees that come to the island here. How is that, work
And a large part for that, for general Greece and part of Heraklion, is that the last 10 years, the last decade, we saw a lot of people on the move trying to reach Europe through Greece. And there's, of course, a large solidarity movement that try to help these people, that try to understand what's happening and why they're moving. And since we saw that the policies, the EU policies, the Greek state's policies change against them, they try to make new laws and facilities providing hospitality, but it wasn't kind of hospitality. It's a kind of imprisonment and a kind of not give them the basic human rights, how, for example, to apply for the asylum and everything. And also the things changing around our society, how do they react towards refugees and migrants. And this is for us, for me, and for many people, it's very common of what's happening in Palestine from the Israelis. It's the basic ideas of oppressing the refugees is the core of what the state of Israel is doing for many decades now in Palestine. The imprisonments, the tortures, the dehumanization of their beings.
Do you feel the history of Greek peoples in the islands here, like Crete, and on the coast of what now became Turkey, of oppression, forced migration, ethnic cleansing, that is something that you draw on to relate to those refugees coming from all across Asia and Africa, running away from oppression and ethnic cleansing?
Yes, apart from this, we understand that it's a basic human right for everyone to want to migrate, even if there's war, if there was oppression, or matters of economical struggles and stuff like this. It's a human right for everyone, and we see that the Western countries, and Greece complicit in that, they're trying to change this idea that everyone is equal, like, can come to our countries. And most of the ideas are based in matters of, of colonialism. Who can travel to other countries if they have money, if they have the right passport. So we see how they react generally in the migrant refugees by I don't like the way that you started, that you want to, to make it feels the same, like what happened to the Greeks. It doesn't matter for me like that. It's not my idea why I'm pro refugees and everything. It's because everyone should have the ability to go whenever he or she wants, and to try to live a life there without, exclusion. And what's happening in specific people coming from specific countries like the Middle East or Western Asia, as we can say it, or Africa, it's that the countries in Europe refuses to them to have the ability to come and to live freely, but they prefer to criminalize them by saying they're coming here because they want to invent us, because they have different cultures, because they believe in different religions. And this is the same thing that they use against the Palestinians for decades now. It's the same propaganda, that they deserve for this to happen, that the Israelis and the Jews are better to live there. They have
Look, I'm glad that you disagreed with me, because it showed that we as human beings can relate to social justice issues even if we didn't live through the same oppression. We don't have to live the same oppression to understand social justice and justice in general. So you are definitely at a higher level of consciousness than most people that need to go through something to relate to other people's misjustice. Before we talk about the actions against the cruise ships coming, Heraklion also and its community has been active in support of Palestine and Palestinian human rights and liberation for a long time. Tell us about some of those involvements.
In our city, for a long time and for many decades, there are people that are involved in the pro-Palestinian movement, people that they were willing to share awareness of what's happening in Palestine, about the occupation, about the torturements that happen from the Israeli state and everyone who's complicit. And also the last decades, when the first flotilla movements began 20 and more years ago, I believe, there were people that they were a part of these missions. And there were people that they were part of small groups that they wanted to bring the issues of Palestine close to our society by doing some screenings, by doing some other activities like trying to help boats that are arriving near the island of Crete, and how to share all the information and how to share of what's happening. And especially for the last 17 years, we know that the besiege of Gaza, what's happening here, and not to accept this imprisonment of people of Palestine and all this new violence that they're facing. And also we understand that since the decades passed and the years passed, how the Greek state and the local also communities and factors, they start to complicit by doing business with the Israelis. So the movement changed, see their targets. They started to say, we don't need the collaboration. So there was a movement around these matters regarding Palestine. And regarding also how to find new ways to boycott the state of Israel that they're doing this torture and finishing of Palestine. I don't know.
So we saw a lot of graffiti and posters and stickers around the island and the town here supporting Palestinian liberation. And I think members of your community were also involved in some of the flotilla activities over the last decade. Is that correct?
General of the community of Crete has a lot of people that they're willing to help to hear the Palestinian voices. And one way is that to be a part or to share awareness of what's happening or what's the meaning of the flotillas and why it's crucial to support it.
Perfect. And we left you out of this for a minute here, but the latest activities that you guys were involved in is blocking the cruise ships coming from the Zionist colony to the island, and you and the community in Heraklion were the first to actually try to block these boats. Why did you decide to block the boats coming from the colony to here?
Here in this island and in Heraklion we have many tourists, and we have Zionist Israeli tourists also here. There is a special boat that's the name is Crown Iris. That there is many people there of the IOF soldiers of the IOF, and many Zionist Israeli people that they support the genocide. So we decided that we have to stop. We don't want them to our land, not only to our land. We don't want them everywhere. And we decided that we have to boycott the cruise. We try to stop them to don't come to our city.
You were able to succeed.
We haven't succeeded yet because the Greek government bring the police to oppress us and to have a safe place for them.
What was the last time when these are the ships right here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is where all the cruise ships park when they come. Describe to us what you tried to do with the cruise ships.
We have a demonstration out of the port. We try to block the entries of the port. We are blocked with our bodies. We chant pro-Palestine things, and we try to make them to don't come to the town.
And you were mostly successful, but some of them, I heard, found some backdoor to exit.
Yes, because the police support them. So they policemen times attack to us, and after they can come to the town, and after we have demonstration in the town, again with songs, with our flags, with that we have to say, and we have seen that many times they pass in front of us, they scream to us. Sometimes they do body violence to us, and they have the support of the Greek police, for sure, because our government support them.
And other villages on other islands got inspired by what you did, and they copied, and they're now also chasing them in the other islands.
Yes.
So you should be very proud of this action that you're doing. You're inspiring other people to take action. I also saw a statement from the city hall, from the town hall, saying that they are against the genocide in Gaza and against what the Israeli military and government are doing, but it doesn't say anything about the cruise ships. How do you feel the politicians are playing this? Do you think they're trying to justify their position by supporting Palestinian rights but not stopping the Israelis here?
Yes, they just say that they are support Palestinian people. They don't support because, for example, Netanyahu always come to our country to visit our government, and Israeli tourists are everywhere, and they have buy a big part of land here, and so they don't. Actually, the government don't support Palestinian people.
So one last thing, because we started with your comrade talking about how she supports Palestine not because Greek people had gone through oppression, but because it's justice, and we have to stand by that. How also does the liberation of Palestine relate to justice for people in Heraklion?
Εμπνεόμαστε από τον Παλαιστινιακό λαό, από την αντίσταση που κάνει τόσα χρόνια. Δεχόμαστε και εμείς με έναν άλλον τρόπο επίθεση και καταπίεση από το δικό μας κράτος και σίγουρα θα συνεχίσουμε να παλεύουμε και για εμάς και για την Παλαιστίνη. Για μας δεν έχει διαφορά. Αν η Παλαιστίνη δεν είναι ελεύθερη, τότε κανένας από εμάς δεν μπορεί να είναι ελεύθερος.
Thank you very much for giving us your time, both of you. Amazing women of Heraklion.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, and we wish you the best in not only continuing this work for Palestine, but social justice for all the people.
And all the issues and matters that they are affecting us and affecting everyone.
Yes, and we will follow up on your activities. We'll bring more stories for you as viewers about what's happening in this island and this community as we continue with our coverage. This is Laith Marouf from Free Palestine TV, and behind the camera is Rabih Ghannam. I ask you to press the subscribe button on whatever social media platform you're watching this on, and to go to our website to donate. Free Palestine, that video is the website. Until we see you next time, we wish you all a free Palestine, free Greece, and a free world from imperialism and colonialism and capitalism. Thank you.